Congratulations on renting Hacienda. Here's a short video that's going to help get you on the road and enjoying your camper van adventure. First things first, always put the roof up just so you've got some extra space. The roof system is really simple. It's operated with these two pallet strap systems, so you just need to press your finger to release the straps, pull a good amount through the bracket like so, and then the roof will self-elevate, and then just pull down on those straps just to make them have a little bit of tension. Pull the seat around, again just to give yourself some extra room. So on the seat there are 4 brackets, two at the back here, 2 at the front. So literally unscrew the screws or the bolts, and if you see on the top there is a key section, so you just pull the key through there and it keeps that. You need to do that on all 4. So once you've done all four fastening screws, it's a little bit like round peg square hole. So you need to push the chair forward and then wriggle it around till the back is facing the dashboard. And then no need to fasten the screws when it's round, but obviously you need to make sure you fasten the screws when you turn it to driving position. In Hacienda, everything is operated by the Sergeant control panel. Simply turn on with the top left button, the universal sign for on and off, and then that's it. Everything is operating. If you are operating on an electric hookup, it will automatically recognise that you have plugged that in. We'll show you how to do that later. And then the only other 2 things that you need to really know is the tap button to turn on the onboard water supply, and the bottom right button which turns on the LED lights which are on the roof of the camper and also the side doors. If you are using the vehicle on leisure battery, then by pressing the battery icon with the letter L, it will show you how much charge is left in the battery. So as we can see here, it needs a good charge. The leisure battery works, it basically charges as you're driving. It's got a two-way battery system, so it charges when it drives and then disconnects when you're stationary, so you can never drain the vehicle battery with any of the utilities in the van. If we look at this control panel here, the digital dial in the corner will tell you exactly what charge is in the battery. And then basically we have 2 USB sockets and a traditional 12-volt socket for powering things. The 3-pin plug will only work when you're connected to a 240-volt electric hookup, so you can't use that when you're on the leisure battery. In the kitchen area we have a cold water sink that's fed by a 40-litre water tank, which I'll show you how to fill shortly. We also have a 2-burner gas hob, which runs from the Calagas bottle, which is in the gas locker, which you will find under here in the cupboard. Gas locker at the bottom here. So the gas bottle is housed in the gas locker, so when travelling you need to make sure that is secure. You also need to make sure that the gas via the regulator switch here is turned off. Off is in the position away from you. To turn it on, you move the gas regulator, which will be anti-clockwise towards you in this instance. Unit. We can also see in here you have plates, bowls, cups and mugs for 4 people. We've also got a chopping board. And then depending on whether you are on electric hookup or wild camping, we either supply an electric kettle or a gas kettle. There's also a frying pan, saucepan and the all-important cafetiere. Each van also comes with dishcloths, dustpan and brush, cleaning equipment, and you'll also see in there a fire extinguisher, which hopefully you will never need. So also on board, we've got cutlery for 4 people, bottle openers, can openers, a couple of sharp knives, spatula, so pretty much everything you need for basic cooking for 4 people for the week. We've also got a 50-litre fridge, which works as a fridge and freezer, and a fold-away table, which is simply operated by pressing that button, removing the leg, and then clipping the table onto the rail. It can comfortably sleep 2 adults and 2 teenage kids. It's a bit of a squeeze to get 4 adults in. The ground floor bed is a small double size, and that is simple to operate. Unscrew the fastening nuts on the front of the bed, like so. Place those somewhere safe. And then you have to pull out the seat belts, pull the handle, and then it just simply rolls flat, like so. Combination at the top, you simply pull down the false roof, and then up here we also have a memory foam mattress topper, and this one's a little bit wider, it's more like a double size, weight tested to 25 stone, so as I said, 2 teenagers really rather than 2 adults. Putting the bed back into the sitting position is really simple. Just pop your hand into the middle of the bed here and pull, and that'll just slide back into position, and then making sure that you refasten the screws. So the main electrical control unit works like your home consumer unit. So in there's fuses for each of the different electric rings, and there is fuses for each of the different appliances. You should never really need to touch this box, but if anything does trip out, which occasionally it does, if there's a lot of people on a campsite, you may need to basically flick the trip switch back. This is also the leisure battery charger, so when you're connected to the 240 power with the electric hookup cable, you can flick that to charge the leisure battery, although you probably don't really need to do that, it'll charge as you're driving. So the camper's fully equipped with blackout blinds, so all of the blinds across the windows. Stored in the boot, you'll find the blackout blind which covers the cab, and this basically is fitted on the outside of the van, which seems a bit counterintuitive, but let's just show you how that's fitted now. Bike rack is really simple to open. Just undo these cotter pins, fold down the base, and as you can see that will take 3 bikes. Then need to replace the cotter pins into the rear of the frame to make sure it's secure. That's not going anywhere. Also located in the rear of the van will be the electric hookup cable. You can't get this wrong, it's a male and female fitting. The electric point is on the side of the van there. Just flip open the lid, and then as you can see, female to male. You need to make sure that's solidly into the side of the van. Always plug it into the van before you plug it into the electric hookup point at the campsite. The onboard water tank is filled via this lockable cap here. So should you need to refill that, you just remove the cap and then insert a hose pipe. It's 40 litres, so it takes quite a long time to fill, but you'd be lucky to use that on anything sort of less than 4 days. You'll be fine. And then just make sure the cap's locked. So Hacienda runs on diesel. The diesel cap is here. In order to access that, you have to open the passenger door to release the flap. You'll also see in there, diesel at the top. This is for the AdBlue. If you're on a long journey and you see the AdBlue sign come on the dashboard, then you'll need to fill that from a petrol station as well, and I'll reimburse the money. But for most journeys, that should be fine. Then making sure that you return the seat to driving position. Again, it's round peg square hole. Involves a little bit of pushing and pulling. And then just very important to make sure that before driving again, that these screws are fully tightened in position on all 4 of the like so. So to put the roof down, make sure you pull the false floor or the false ceiling down first, and then you need to take hold of the 2 straps. It's quite stiff, so I tend to pull it down halfway and then pull one of the straps in, and then that takes the weight. And the same on the other side. It's important to make sure you pull the side canopies in here, otherwise you can get caught in the roof. And then just pull down the roof, making sure that that front canopy isn't tangled. So that part there needs to be straight to the bracket like that. Same on both sides. I'm going to give it a good pull down to make sure it's tight, and then fold the straps out of the way into the roof. Just as a final check, just make sure when you push the roof there's no movement in the fasteners, and then just do one final visual check on the outside of the van to make sure that none of the canopy is sticking out from the side, and also that the roof is fastened tight. So, in the cab we have another 12-volt socket and another USB socket for your convenience. Air conditioning, which will also work in the rear of the van should you need that on a hot day. And with this version we've got a Bluetooth stereo, so you can connect any media device to it. It's also got hands-free for your phone.